Hey Fatima. Hi. Hi everyone. So, hey, hi. 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 So, we'll be doing a calligraphy layout today. And I hope you have all your materials ready. And I'm Chetna from Me with a Pencil. And I'm a calligrapher. And I teach calligraphy. And you can watch a lot of tutorials over calligraphy and watercolors on our channel. And Nilofer is a watercolor artist, so she teaches watercolors. So we have been doing uh, so we have planned to do marathon, a live marathon where we'll go live twice a week in this 4 weeks, coming 4 weeks. So this is the first live of that marathon, and today is the calligraphy layout day. And on Friday we'll do watercolors with Nilofer. She'll be painting nice winter collection paintings every week, and I'll be teaching how to do layouts and do a calligraphy artworks. So that is about today's live and the upcoming 4 weeks. So yeah, in today's session we'll be learning how to make calligraphy layouts. I'll show what will be what we'll be doing. So this is my book of quotes where I do different calligraphy versions. So this is something, it's called calligraphy. It's incorporated with calligraphy, and I've done a quote of 4 to 5 or 6 words quote into a layout, laying out and forming composition. So that is what we learned today. So this is my book of quotes. Um, So this is my book of quotes where something like this you'll learn to create. But if you don't know calligraphy, you haven't started about it, started calligraphy, you can check a lot of tutorials on my channel on for beginners. So this is something that we'll learn today, and I have a quote for today. And if you wish to do some quote that you want to write, you can follow the similar kind of process that I'll be showing you, and you can form your own quote or calligraphy artwork. Or you can even do the one that I'm doing. So for today, I have. So this is it. So these many I have in my book right now. I wish to fill out this book hopefully soon. So for today, I have a quote that is, "The world is yours to explore." So that is the quote that I'll be laying out today and make an artwork of that. If you have any doubts, hello. Okay, thank you. So without wasting any time, I'll start right away. So for today's class, we need a pencil. I'm using a Stedler pencil, and a ruler and eraser, and I'll be using a brush pen for my final layout. So I have Tombow Fudonosiki soft tip brush pen, so I'll be using that. Grid paper or a ruled notebook, anything that is lined, something like this is also okay. um, Tracing paper, if you have the transparent ones, these are the transparent tracing papers. They are really helpful when you do such kind of artworks. If you don't have, no worries, you can maybe get it later in the next week session where we'll be using the same kind of materials. And paper to lay out your final artwork. So this is just normal printer copy paper that I'll be laying my artwork on. You can do it on any paper. If you want to make a card, you can use a thick cardboard paper, card paper, anything that you want to use for final artwork. So first you just need one pencil, and as I said, I will be doing a quote. That is, today's quote is, the world is yours to explore. So this is my quote for day 1 live session. So whenever you're whenever you do a layout, you first have to write the quote that you want to put out. So that is the first one. The quote is, the world is yours to explore. So take your notebook where you'll sketch the artwork. So here the process will be, first you sketch the artwork and then you'll do the final artwork on the paper. So it's quite a long process, but today I'm doing a smaller quote, so it will take a lesser time compared to the one if you take a bigger quote to write or make an artwork. You can, if you want, you can do the same one, or if you want, you can do your favorite quote using the same process that I'll go through. The first step is to write down your quote that you'll be laying out, and that's the step 1. It's also because that you don't forget any word in the quote, and also to mark the words. By marking the words, I mean is to mark whenever you do a layout or a composition using 4-5 or more than 4-5 words, 2-3 words, you always have to give importance to the important word of that quote. So the important word would be here would be world for me. So mark those, and explore and yours. So these 3 words are okay. So the next step is, I hope you're doing along with me. That will help you. But first, listen to the instructions and then do your practice, your process. So the first one, the second step is to make thumbnails. Step 2 is to make thumbnails. Thumbnails are the shorter version of a design that you make. First you make very smaller version of the design that you want to create. It is like a drafting. It is like drafting your work before you step onto the final artwork. So first, when you lay out a quote, make sure you write all the words first, like here, world, yours, and explore. So I'll write the most important words first. So here I have marked, like the important words are explore and world, and the second important is yours, and then third is this. So step 1 is to mark world. Write world, not mark. Just write normally in your normal handwriting, and explore. This grid lines really helps you to get and keep your letters in consistent, but here we are not looking for consistency. Here we are just laying out roughly to get an idea how it will go. And here we'll put on the less remaining words. Something like this. And step 2 also includes different variations of thumbnails, like rough sketching. That is, maybe I'll lay out it into a different way. Just write it in your basic handwriting So maybe I'll write the is yours to explore. Well, maybe write your over here. So explore. So these are two. So this is one. This is two. Sure, I think this is clear now. Okay, that's great. Perfect. So these are my two versions. You can do more versions because to get a perfect layout, not perfect, I mean to get um, a proper layout, structured code, you have to go through various thumbnails, various sketches of artwork, and then it finalizes. So here I'll just demonstrate two. So here I've laid out like two types. In the next live I'll show you other ways of doing it in the next week. So here I'll okay, great. So now when we have two sketches, now we have to choose one that will go ahead and we'll form a layout of that. So now this is just a normal handwriting. Again, we'll just lay out this into a proper layout where and how it will go. So this is the one I'm going to stick around with. So the next the next step is to lay out this one properly with your own handwriting. You still don't have to put any lettering style over here. So maybe I'll write, giving it proper consistency and spacing is important when you do layouts. So the size of the letter word would be equal to the size of the letter explore, word explore, so that the importance to both the word is equal in the code. Okay, now I think this is the final thing that you have come to. Now the fourth step is to put the lettering style that you wish to put on your final artwork. But here again it's still a sketch. So now take this and we're just using pencil again, we're not using pen. So we are not using pen, we're just using pencil, and it's all about sketching. So now I'm going to add the word letter over here, explore. So as you know, I do a lot of script style calligraphy, so I'm going to be incorporating my style. So here I'm not looking for proper calligraphy, I'm just writing it with the pencil, but the style that I'm gonna be put into it. So for me, this style is the main style for this quote, so I'll be putting that. We don't have to do any flourishes or anything over here at the moment. Once you write down and then we'll sketch again and go over it to see how it fits into one artwork, as in one whole thing that is combined together. And I think I've changed my mind to keep this in one line rather than keeping it, in 3 lines, because I don't want this extra negative space over here. So while putting this into whole together, I don't have any extra space. it is kind of forming in the center, and it is killing all the negative space. So when you lay out a coat or do a composition, always make sure that you're not leaving any negative space between the words, or even if you're leaving, it is as equal to all over in the coat, the whole artwork. It is similar, it's consistent. Okay, so I think I'll go with this. This is the final version. Now the thing is to take this artwork, this final version, and make a bigger, or just add flourishes to it, or any element that you want. So when you do a coat, you can also use different elements like making ribbons, making circle, making triangles or heart shapes, or anything if somewhere you can put into in the coat. So here I'm going to take this one and just do it here. I'm extending this line to kill the negative space at this part, and I'll write the over here. It's just normal monoline letters. Hi, thank you. And while I was doing this, I thought maybe I can add a ribbon at this part, or maybe just for your, it is layouting is something, it's an ongoing process. If you think it can improve while you're doing it while you're in a process, you have to improve, and then that's how the number of sketches of your artwork increases, and then you reach to a final version. I'm gonna add a ribbon like this, so it's just two parallel lines and a V, an opposite V over here. So maybe I'll write is 2 over here, and your here, and then explore. So while I have a space over here, I want that space to be used, and hence I'm going to add the L flourish at this side, the ascender here. Like that. I think it is coming to an end almost. Or what you can do with this is, there's one more way you can create it. I'll do that on this side. So I'll write that again. I'll make a big this thing, a big ribbon where I'll put all the letters like is, your, to, explore, and here will be my explore. So don't get overwhelmed with the process. Just go when you feel you need to stop, you can stop, or you feel that you need to add an element, you can add at that time. It's okay if it's not perfect. We're not looking for perfection right now, we're just creating letters and trying to get all the words together and kill the negative space in between the word. So I'm doing a very simple layout today. So now, so to kill this space, I'm gonna add a line here. You can add dots, something like this. You can add that too. You can add lines, you can add hearts, you can add anything that you like. You can doodle around. And so this is about exploring. Watercolor Live is on Friday. And so since we have a lot of space here, I'm gonna add this here. I'm gonna add some lines over here, parallel lines to fill in the gap. So now I have 3 versions, as you can see. It's up to you whichever you want to choose. It's not any version is bad or good. It's all about getting a proper composition, looking at the space. If you see here, there's an equal space between these 2 lines. It's a good point, and then you have a space over here, so that it this space makes this part and this part equal, and it's in the center. If you see, all the words should fall in the center, that way. All your artwork, all the words together in this one center aligned. Okay, so this is okay. So now this is kind of my process, and then now I'll take. Tomorrow we don't have any live. We have on Friday, that is watercolors. Nilofer will be teaching watercolor painting, winter collection. You can check out the paintings on our Instagram. We have shared a reel yesterday where we have uploaded all the pictures that we have will be doing. Okay, so I think I'll go with the first, this one, this artwork. Now you have to make a bigger artwork here. And you have to mark the guidelines now. It's very important to see. These are 3 lines. Make boxes if you can. You have to count this from here to here. So this is like no worries, you can the live will be saved, so you can check, and you can also check my beginners tutorials on calligraphy, brush calligraphy. So this is you don't need a calligraphy experience for this. Even you can write with your normal handwriting, and you can create a artwork with this. Composition is something to understand the spacing and consistency between all of the words, and how all the words can come together and form into an artwork. And layout is also something similar, where you lay out all the words together. So it's kind of almost same meaning. And this is also 3 3 3. Now this is 4 lines, and this is 3 lines and 3 lines, and this is just 1 line. So on this basis, on this guideline and box basis, I'll make a bigger version of boxes over here, like keeping this. If this is 3 lines, maybe I'll make this 5 lines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you're using just rule notebook, now count it according to that. Just 2 more than this, 7 maybe. For the middle portion, and then again 5 for the explode and 2 for the first line. So this is my, and make sure you have a center for that. I'm doing a very rough center. You don't have to like don't have to do so much mathematical calculation. It can be just a rough what you call assumption that which word will fall where. Now I'm doing writing world. Maybe I'll increase the size of the W to match the ascending stems. Hi Shweta, thank you. Hey, you can get these rule sheets. Actually I'm using some normally some companies sheet that I've got. You can use any sheet. You can buy it on Amazon, or also there is websites where you can download free grid line sheets, or also you can use a math notebook, the square notebooks. You can use that too. This is world. And because I want my this thing to end over here, so now this is your baseline in this direction. So you have to have your letters in this direction. It cannot go like straight like this, because the ribbon is flowing like this. Your letters are also supposed to be flowing in that direction, and if you don't know how to go, you can just create a very slight lighter line where you can get to here like this. Alright, you're a little bit bigger. Make sure that it falls in the center. If you're not sure that if it will fall in the center or not, then always write your center word first, and then put on the other words next to the center word. That gives you a proper understanding and balance between the letters. Now I'll write explore. Maybe I need one more extra line. Adding this line so that the line the space is filled. Okay, so I think we are almost done. The final layout. You still feel if you need something else to do, you can rub and do the corrections. I'm just doing a normal monoline letter. I'm just writing it normally, and if you want you can add some waves like this or just a straight line. Anything is okay. Anything that makes your letters together. And I see that the negative space really makes me want to do something over there. I don't want it should not be like very much close together, but it should also be something little spaced out, like somewhere like spaced out other than in this kind of space that we have in between. You don't have to stick all the letters together and kill all the negative space. Maybe I'll just make a scroll here so that just removes that negative space from here. Okay, so now this is the final layout with the pencil. It's just a sketch. I'll share a basic rule for calligraphy, that is whenever you make a thin line, there are two major basic strokes. There's this thin and thick that you get while doing calligraphy, and to get a thin and thin line, up you go is thin, down you go is thick. So whenever you move upwards, your stroke has to be thin, and whenever you move downwards, your stroke has to be thick. Alright, so if you're a beginner, you can also do this. You just have to, it may not be perfect at first, but practice makes progress. Always practice, practice and practice. So this is upstroke, this is downstroke. So up thin, down thick. You can also watch my videos on folk calligraphy and calligraphy with pencil, where you don't need any kind of a calligraphy tool, just pencil or a regular pen, and you can do calligraphy with those pens too. So I'll just add some thickness to it. So this is my final layout. It's quite a long process. So these are my lines that goes downwards. I'm gonna add thickness to it. I'm gonna keep this monoline. Monoline means every side of the letter has same width. It's called monoline. If there are thick and thin lines in the letters, then it's calligraphy. So as how I make out that which part is thicker is, this is my pen, how it went. This is upwards and this is downwards. So this is downward part is thick. Then again I'm starting with the thickness. This is going downwards, so it goes thick and then thin again. If you want, you can add these smaller loops a little bit thinner compared to the actual thickness. But make sure that the thickness is not directly falling in between. Like if you're writing E like this and it cannot be like this. It has to go parallel with the stroke, with the curve, like that. So yeah, so that was the tip. Now let's go back to the layout. So this is my final layout, and now I'm gonna put this onto my actual paper, that is artwork. What you have to do is, if you have a tracing paper, you can trace this out. That is my process of doing it. You have to trace the layout all over, and then place it again on the actual paper. If you do it on a tracing paper, it's easy to, you know, make an final artwork on the this paper, because you can see the center of the paper, because you want to lay out your artwork in the center of the paper. So for that, tracing sheet is much easier. But if you don't have a tracing sheet, what I always you can also do is, right now I'm not do with the tracing sheet, I'll just do directly. You can use a light pad also, so you can see through the artwork and do directly. I'm just gonna rub over the pencil here. Okay, bye Shweta. Thank you for coming, for joining. So wherever just do the pencil marks. So this is the very old method of tracing. I do it this way all the time. You can use a light pad too, or something that is see-through. Tracing paper works best, but to not waste more time, I'm using this directly, this white paper. But make sure you're covering all the area wherever there is an artwork, so that when you trace this out, it doesn't come. So this is how it looks. I'm going to place this over and this, and write it on. Okay, so I'm just tracing it hard over here, so that the imprint of my letters will be on the final artwork. I hope you're enjoying my tutorial. I'll be doing the final artwork with the brush pen, so I won't be doing thick and thin line here, because with the brush pen you get a thick and thin line directly. And make sure your paper is not moving. If it moves, then your whole imprint will go wrong. Okay, I hope the imprint is proper. I don't know if you're able to see it, but it is very light and I can see it. I'll do it with the pen so that you can see the artwork. So I'm writing using the Tombow Feud soft tip brush pen. You have to go very slowly and you have to concentrate while doing it so that you don't mess it up while you're doing the last artwork. I mean the final artwork. If you try this, do share it with me on Instagram. Share on your story and tag us at me with a pencil. Would love to see what they've created, and do leave your comments on the tutorial. So today I've done with the brush pen. In the next live, calligraphy live, I'll be doing it with the different pens. Like next I'll do with the dip pen, the pointed pen, and we'll have a different let's say quote. And we're done. Yeah. And we're done. Okay. Somewhere, yeah. So yeah, this is the final artwork. I hope you can see this. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. Thank you, Ananya. And if you try this, do share and tag me with a pencil on Instagram. I would love to see what you have created. And if you have any doubts, you can drop in the comments. And yeah, so it goes through a lot of process, and that is the process. This is my way of doing it. There are other calligraphers, lettering artists, everyone has their own process of doing it. It can be similar, it can be different. So whatever you like, whatever you prefer, you can do that. I'm glad you liked it, Ananya. Thank you. Do share it with me. I would love to see if you have tried this. And if you have any doubts or anything, you can comment after this live is saved and let me know. And thank you for joining the live, right? Hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much. Signing off. Take care. And don't forget to join the Loafers Watercolor live painting session on Friday at 5:30. We'll post it on our Instagram story, so do watch our story for the updates. Thank you so much. Bye. Thank you for joining, everyone. Thank you. Bye. Bye.